All right, time now for Better Foods. Still trying to decide what you're going to make and bring as an appetizer on Thursday?
Author and chef Nicole Blum is here. She is the author of the Ciderhouse Cookbook, and she has something that I think is going to be a crowd pleaser.
Thanks so much for being with us.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Love the cookbook. It's so beautiful.
Thank you.
So everything in the cookbook has a little bit of cider. And
it's just about using cider in one of its many guises, from fresh juice to hard cider, vinegar to like a reduction or something like that.
And do you actually make this?
Yeah, we have an orchard in Massachusetts, and we make hard cider. We make vinegar, this reduction cider syrup, and some other things as well.
Nice.
These are really beautiful products.
Cider we sell them all on our website, and you can get them all over the place.
Isn't that great?
So you're making a beautiful kale salad for us, and even people are like, oh, I don't know if I like kale. Like, this has so many fall flavors in it, and it's really great for Thanksgiving, right?
Yeah, I think it's great because it's sort of as a foil for like all the soft, rich things that we're going to be having for that meal, but it provides like a brightness and crunch and a little clean.
Can I ask you a question? Are there different types of kale?
There are different. There's like the traditional curly kale.
Okay.
You can use any of them. There's purple kale. This one's a lacinato, which is kind of more of a flat leaf.
And the baby kale is a lot softer, too.
And you could definitely use that as well.
Okay.
Yeah, box of baby kale.
All right, so we did the flat kale, which yours is so, I like how bright and green it gets.
Yeah.
Which if you look at we saw the finished product a minute ago, it actually changed colors. That's because you're gonna massage this kale.
So what you do is, I've made a vinaigrette using apple cider vinegar, some cider syrup, olive oil, a little bit of garlic and salt. And so it's like, it's sweet and tangy and is really lovely with kale because it kind of brings out
it smells
smells good.
Of this world.
So you put the dressing in, and then you have to massage kale.
You're getting your hands right in there.
Yeah, I'm getting my hands right in there. So you're gonna
look at that. It changes such a pretty color.
Yeah, it kind of bruises it. It's like, it's like when you marinate something and it gets a little bit, it kind of breaks it down a little bit, especially with the acid and the salt. Yeah, so then it gets nice and green.
Isn't that beautiful?
Okay, and I'm gonna, I've got some paper towels down here because I knew I'd be really dirty.
There you go,
all right, so then you have this basic kale, and then you're going to want to add something like another little bright, crunchy thing. So I made some quick pickles out of purple cabbage and onions, and I just made them last night. You can make them a few hours ahead of time.
Okay, so it's not like a long fermentation process.
No, not at all. And this recipe's, obviously in the book, just kind of a basic thing.
I know pickled things are huge right now, but what would you do? You just put the onions and the cabbage in a mason jar?
In a mason jar, and then you pour in your brine, which is just apple cider vinegar, water, some spices.
And then
salt.
The next day you come back and it looks like this.
And it's like that. It turns purple, and
I'm so glad you said it was that because I thought it was borscht.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of borscht.
No, you could. Yeah, you could use.
You could use beets, right?
Beets would be great in this, but
I'm not a big fan of the beet.
Right. So then you toss these things together, and if you want, like my hands are just going to be like this. This is just how they are. And I don't mind. I'm used to it. So do you see that color combination? And then from here, you can put this on the plate. You're going to be serving it.
So now we go to the plate.
Yeah, now you go to the plate because it's kind of like, then you're decorating it with all the crunchy things and the sweet things and the tangy things.
That's a good tip. So we would move it to our serving dish first, then decorate it with the accoutrements.
Exactly.
I want everyone to see that this is such a beautiful color too, and I would think it's sweet potato because of the color, but it's actually, you took little slices of butternut squash and made chips out of them.
Yeah, so I sliced the butternut squash in half, put it on the flat side, sliced it as thinly as I could get, and then I put it on a roasting pan and roasted them until they got a little bit brown.
Look at how cute they are.
They're chewy right now. I did make these last night ahead of time because.
And that's okay, because Thanksgiving's all about you want to make ahead of time. So maybe, as you're getting ready, you can roast.
That like roasted.
It tastes like a potato chip.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my goodness gracious, that's awesome.
And so this is what you want to do because you want to add the orange to make it pretty.
Yes.
The salad is already dressed, so we don't need to worry about that.
Exactly. So you just kind of arrange that. If you are feta cheese people or goat cheese people, this is another just really nice
Which one's better? I like them both.
I love feta on this one.
Okay.
Yeah. So because that tang, it's like this is all about the crunch.
Go ahead, make your tang.
I'm not going to make my joke.
What is it?
A lot of people get feta up with goat cheese.
All right, so then we have pecans.
Yeah, toasted. I toasted them.
So just put them in the toaster oven or on a pan?
Exactly, and toast them. Watch them carefully so they don't burn. And then
no oil, just put them in there.
Nothing. And they're all, you know, pecans are so sweet.
Let me tell you, that is one absolutely gorgeous salad.
Isn't it so pretty? I'd be so proud to bring that.
Exactly.
That is fantastic.
So this is the cider syrup that's in a lot of the recipes, and in this one, what exactly is cider syrup?
It is a one ingredient wonder. It's like the most fun thing to cook with. So it's just apple juice, it's fresh cider, you know, off the press before it begins to ferment, boiled, just like you would make maple syrup, but you start with juice instead of sap.
Terrific.
So it boils, boils, boils. It gets deeply concentrated, the sugars, the acids, and it caramelizes, so it turns this nice dark color.
Awesome. Thank you, Nicole. We appreciate it.
We will enjoy this.
Again, Nicole's cookbook is called Ciderhouse Cookbook. You can find it in stores and online.
And you'll find a variety of cider products and more recipes on Nicole's website. Also, it is CARS with 2 R's, ciderhouse.com.